this is the 416 interview series, and we're sitting down with Colin and Sarah Henley, and we're excited to have you guys in our camper.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool.
We're excited to have you in our state.
Hey, there you go. Where are we, Colin?
We're in North Idaho.
North Idaho.
Yes, Sandpoint, Idaho. I guess a little over an hour away from Canada, and there's only I think one more congregation north of here before you hit Canada.
Yeah, we're way up there.
Wow.
In other words.
And y'all are the first couple that we've interviewed, and we're the first ladies on the interview series.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
so honored.
Yeah.
That's so special.
Yeah, so that's very cool. So we're glad that you guys are here sitting down with us. And of course, we first met Colin at the Eastside congregation when we were there in Maryville, Tennessee. And so shortly after that, you left us and went to Freed.
Yes.
So we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time there. But, of course, then we met Sarah a little bit later. And so why don't you guys introduce yourselves and kind of tell us a little bit of your backstory, maybe.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first because it's more boring. I'm Colin
It's
Henley.
the build-up, right?
Right. It's the build-up. I'm Colin Henley. I was born and raised in East Tennessee, Maryville, Tennessee, and I grew up going to the Eastside Church of Christ, where Wayne ended up preaching for a while, and then, like he said, I went to Freed, and I met my wife, and that's my life.
It's a good life, though.
It's a very good life.
Yes.
I'm Sarah. I was born in Texas, but I only lived there a brief period of time, and then moved around multiple places in my childhood. Lived in Indonesia for a part of that. Then my family moved to Sandpoint, Idaho when I was just between my junior and senior year of high school.
Okay.
And then went to Freed shortly after and met Colin. And then we got married.
So did y'all date the whole time you were at Freed?
We started dating.
Tried.
We started dating
Sounds familiar.
spring of my freshman year, and he's 4 years ahead. So,
okay.
so
It
he was
only
a
took me
senior.
8 months, but I got around to it.
And then he stayed and worked on his master's, which was very nice.
Yeah.
And then we got married between my junior and senior year of college, which was really fun. And so we lived like in a little apartment off campus, and then had that last year of school, him finishing his master's, me doing my bachelor's, and then graduated, and then moved here last spring.
Wow.
So it was a lot of fun. So we've been married almost 2 years. Yeah.
And?
Oh yeah.
Do you
And
wanna
this
make
is actually, I think, the first time the podcast has 5 people.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
There you go.
Yeah.
We have a little
Correction.
baby spud in here. It's our first. It's going to be a boy, but we aren't saying the name yet.
All right.
Due in August.
Congratulations.
But we can't hold the podcast out that long. So that's probably the safer way to do it. So, and we wanted to have you guys on because, and we're going to let you talk about this here in just a moment, but y'all have future plans. But right now, you guys are workers in the kingdom right here at Sandpoint and helping the congregation in numerous ways. And so we're thankful for that and excited. Of course, we wanted to come see you guys, on this part of this trip, but we were so impressed with the congregation at Sandpoint and what's being done there, what's going on. And so talk a little bit about, maybe ways that you see that you're able to work as a young couple in a congregation.
Do you have anything you would like to start us with?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. I would say it's been a little bit more challenging than we thought it would be to do all the things we want. Some of the reasons of that is, we'll get into kind of like our future plans here in a little bit, but we're driven a lot to, look towards our future mission. And a lot of that right now, our goal is to make money and set up our life well. We are having a child, which is taking a lot of our mind right now, I guess, and even some of our time preparing for that. And then we're also kind of starting our professional life,
Right.
some too. And so
Sure.
there is a whole bunch of stuff that we would really like to do as far as outreach, ministry, encouragement, that kind of thing, but we're finding that time is a very valuable commodity that I think everyone finds they run a little bit short on.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to start just get started.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
Right.
sure.
Right now, as of this quarter, a lot of our effort is she is teaching a class and I'm teaching a class for the
For the kids.
So what age are you teaching?
I think my youngest is 12 and I think my oldest is 18.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
the
like
teen
a middle high
class.
school.
Yes,
Yeah.
middle high school. Yeah, they're all siblings. And that's going awesome. It's actually on biblical interpretation.
Yeah.
It's essentially an introduction to hermeneutics,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
I think that's very important for that age to
Yeah.
see that and be introduced to the different possibilities of interpretation so that we can understand the people that we disagree with maybe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
come at it with a very maybe humble and realistic view, understanding that someone's worldview has to be completely altered, and also just frankly how to study the Bible for themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's great. Good basics.
Mhm.
Yeah. Trying.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about you, Sarah? What age are you teaching?
So I'm teaching the elementary class, and it's, roughly elementary. My youngest is 5, and then the oldest is about 12, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's been really fun. Like, it's been a really fun class to teach, but it's also been, I've gotten to learn a lot.
Big
And it's-
challenge.
Yeah, trying to like reach both age groups, the wide range. So,
Yeah.
but it's been fun.
Well, I can tell that y'all are workers, and anywhere you're going to be workers. And I've been impressed with just the whole atmosphere here
Mhm.
and the church here, and the way everybody kind of encourages one another
Yeah.
and works together. And I saw that just in the way that you interact.
Mhm. Yeah, the church here is really great. Like, I feel like everyone cares a lot,
Mhm.
and is really missions minded in general, and that's really encouraging for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone's really ready to work, which is honestly a little challenging because, like, if you do have someone walk in, who starts the Bible study with them? So many people are
trying to
on
have that
top of
study,
them,
yeah.
are capable of having
Yeah.
that study, and sometimes we got to be like, have you already asked them yet? Or something like, where did you get with the, like, do I need to?
Yeah, that's
that
a good
kind of
thing.
thing.
That is a good
Yeah,
problem.
For sure.
for
Absolutely. And there is a mission mindset that is here.
Yeah.
And I think it takes that to be in a more remote type area doing this type of work. And it's going to be even different, in a couple of years, I know. And I know you guys are going to move back to the plans to move back to East Tennessee
Yes,
for a
so tell
couple
us
of years.
about that.
So,
Yeah, so,
The next plan.
yeah.
Phase 2.
Yeah, right. Phase 2 of our plans before we go to the mission field. Well, this is phase 1. We graduated college. We moved out here to North Idaho, where her parents live, and we're spending 2 years with them. And then we will be spending 2 years with my side of the family, and then we will go to Indonesia. By that time, we would have started our family, spent time with our family, and I think that's really important. Especially to go back to East Tennessee, because I kind of moved away from home to go to university, and came back saying, hey, I'm probably not going to live here forever.
see you guys.
I know. Yeah, so.
Well, and that's tough on family.
Yes.
Sorry, Janet.
Yeah.
Right.
It is tough to be away from family. We understand
We
that.
understand
We
very
definitely know
well.
that. But y'all are going to be a lot farther away even then.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Indonesia.
But we're going to drag them out there one way or another.
Absolutely.
That's been something I've really appreciated. Like his side of the family has been really supportive, even though I think it was a bit of a shock, maybe
No
not
doubt.
expected. And then my parents have been super supportive as well of those plans, which they did that
That's
to their
great.
parents,
Right.
like
So
up
they
and leaving,
understand
So
it
they
a little bit.
understand,
Right.
yeah. So it's been really encouraging to have that support from both sides.
Well,
That's
and
good.
it's nice.
And that means so much.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for
If,
sure.
if you don't have that, it makes things just so much harder.
Yeah.
And it hurts your heart. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard enough to leave,
Yeah.
but if you don't have that support, it just makes it so much harder.
Yes.
Well, there's
That's good.
always life choices, but it's really hard to choose between your priorities.
Yes.
And that's ends up what has to happen.
That's
Right.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
That's
that's
true.
so true.
And Sarah, your parents and you have been in Indonesia
Yeah.
and done that work and seen that culture
Mm-hmm.
and thinking about what that means for the two of you. What's your plans there?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you start.
Let's see. Well, like, growing up, it was always in the back of my head, like, what do I want to do when I grow up, you know, kind of thing. And it was just slowly over the years, I think I kind of came to the realization that I think I would like to come back to Indonesia because I saw just the need, you know, and the churches, there's need everywhere, right?
Right.
So I'm not saying that at all, but just like, I think my childhood having lived there, it was like, why wouldn't I go back, you know, kind of thing. And then I was really grateful to find someone who also wanted to do mission work.
Right.
And so we kind of just started forming that plan together since we began dating. And
isn't that funny how
yeah,
God puts us
it's
together
like great.
with people
Yes.
that we need?
Exactly.
Well, it made
exactly.
it easy on me. I wanted to do mission work as well, but I thought that I was going to do a career and then go into the mission field so that I was kind of more self-supported. But then I saw the example of her family, and then also the multiple professor influences from Freed Hardeman University who did significant time in the mission field, some of them, and some of them were shorter even. So it just goes to show that there's so many different possibilities there. There's also so many different needs, and there's a lot of people willing to support that kind of work because it's understood to be worth it. I didn't know where I wanted to go, and so that's the part that was easy for me because it was essentially chosen. I really didn't even know what Indonesia was.
You needed to get on board, okay?
Right. Right. Speaking
Maybe
of
we'll
that,
pop that
for
up
you who
here.
don't know anything about Indonesia, it is the 4th most populated country in the world, right behind the United States, with about, I think, 270 million. Does that sound about right?
Maybe.
And they're sitting around the 80th percentile Muslim, and so that makes them, it has been the largest Muslim country in the world. I think India is about to pass them if they haven't already, but... Now,
are Christians welcome there? Like, is it friendly?
Yes.
It is not super dangerous as far as the Muslim Christian conflict. That hasn't always been the case, but it's typically been more regional, where the problems have existed. You were talking to the Johnsons who did mission work in Indonesia before, her parents, about, I think, North Sumatra. There's a section that's under the Sharia law, and so that might be a little bit more challenge for a Christian ministry.
Of course.
Actually, the place where we're most interested in going right now, about 25 years or so ago, there was some conflict there, but
not now.
Yeah.
No, I think that lasted for a few years between like 1998 and 2001 or something like that. So even
overall,
that was,
it's fine.
yeah.
It's politically pretty Muslim, and so like there might be like some there's things that make it challenging for Christians, like as far as like getting a church building. Like that's it's just harder, but not necessarily like gonna be dangerous, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, and it's one of the 6 recognized religions, so it's like it's okay to be a Christian there, you know. It might just be like some awkward challenges.
Depending on how you look at it, it's 2 of the recognized
because they
religions,
have
with Catholicism and then Protestantism.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what year is your goal to go?
Probably around early 2028.
Okay. Yeah. And our dog is in here, so if you hear like
Scratching, she's
if
ready to
you
go
followed
out.
us, she's trying to go out, and so. But so when you're planning that now, so y'all are making plans. Is there anything that you're trying to do now to set yourself up to go?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
We are trying to start saving for our retirement.
I understand that.
Yep.
Do it now.
Yes.
That would be
The
our advice.
the mindset there is we want to spend time with our family, and we might as well make money while doing that, so that hopefully, you know, we want to start out probably somewhere around 5 years in Indonesia, and if we want to come back to the United States, take a break from that, we can go back, hopefully no problem, looking decently okay with our retirement and not worry. And then once we get more up into our 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, we can hopefully, I don't want to put my faith in this retirement plan or anything like that, but if all goes well, then we can be more flexible to continue doing that kind of thing.
And that makes you able to be flexible
Yes.
and work in the kingdom at that time where you see that it's needed.
Yeah.
And that's so wise. And that's thinking kingdom thoughts instead of just worldly or, I got to have this retirement so that I can be comfortable. That's not necessarily the retirement you're talking about. So that you can do more work.
Because we'd we'd love to go and visit other missionaries as well and encourage, hey, like you guys are doing. But, visit.
They'll need that too, right?
Yeah. And so.
It would be wonderful to do it someday without fundraising too.
Yeah. Which
Right.
Sure.
Just
dreams and thoughts.
It slows you down at the least.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we also, couple months, end of February, got back from our first survey trip.
Oh yeah,
which
we
was
wanna
really
hear about
exciting. Yeah, so that was really cool.
So tell us a little bit about that. I know we've talked about it, but
yeah,
for everyone else.
Yeah. We went to 5 different cities. The first one was the capital, and that was just to visit the church there, and because it's the capital. And the 4 cities were recommendations from one of the preachers in the capital, Jakarta. And so we were like, we don't really know, where could we be effective? Someone there's going to know a lot better than us. And so he recommended 4 cities, or actually he recommended 6, and we narrowed it down to 4. And then
we cut off the 2 most populated.
Yeah.
I don't really want to be in a huge city.
Yeah.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
So of those, did you make a decision, or y'all just visited and you're still thinking?
We visited 4 of them, and while there is still a lot of work to do as far as prep for that, and plenty of time to do it, as of now, we have one clear favorite one. I think it stood out in almost every single way. 2 of them were on the island of Java, which is where 80% of the population was, and probably most of the Christians, New Testament Christians, live there. Another one is towards my top, but I just didn't like the area quite as much, and it wasn't it's still somewhat accessible to Christians, but the whole country is in huge need. And then the 3rd place, it's the capital of its region. It happened to be the smallest city that we visited, with about 300,000 population. So it's still sizable.
Still a large city.
Yeah.
Still a lot of people to reach there, but some of the things that really stood out to us there is that the people seem to have simpler lives there, and so it might be a lot easier to actually find time to connect with them.
Less
they are just
jam-packed
there. It feels like you just walk on you go for a walk on the road, and people aren't just hustling and bustling. There are people just kind of living, and then you can just kind of, even if you just go on the same walk on the same route, you get to know these people probably.
Right.
Hopefully,
And it's probably a bit poorer. The capital, it's the capital of that region. It's a city called Ambon, and it's the capital of the Maluku Islands, I think. And that we know of, there's no New Testament Christians in that whole region.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
That's what was leading
What an
there.
opportunity.
So that would be great. Or will y'all be going so during this time leading up to that? Will y'all make a couple trips there? Still trying to pinpoint certain things, or set up anything ahead of time before you get there, or?
We would definitely like to do some sort of setting up of some sort. But that kind of depends on what kind of falls in our lap.
Well, that takes money too. I know.
Yes. Yes. And so I guess we're kind of planning as we go a little bit. But we're hoping to go maybe one more time or so.
Yeah.
That would be really, really great. But just so many factors.
Yeah.
And you speak the language.
Yes. Well, I speak the national language.
Okay.
Yeah, Indonesian.
And are you learning, or do you already know?
I picked up a good bit of the food over there.
Yes, his food vocabulary is very good.
That'll get you by for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, the USA does not have that many opportunities to eat authentic Indonesian food. So if you ever get to go, go and eat some of the
It's
food.
so good.
It's very, very good.
That's good to know. I
Yeah.
not
It's
known
delicious.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're prepping though to go, and I know obviously you're slowly working on congregations that I'm sure to let them know, hey, these are the plans that we have. We're working toward this to kind of get them ready to get on board with you, obviously to work alongside of you in this work. Is there anything that thinking about to take these other trips? Obviously you'll have to raise funds and things like that too. Do you have anything set up where people can start following you, kind of getting in touch with you? And of course, whatever that is, we'll put those links. We want to make sure that anybody can get in touch with you to talk about the work.
Yeah, we don't really have anything like a link tree like you guys have. It's super organized, but we do have an email. It's colinandsarahhenley at gmail.com, and Colin is spelled with one L.
One L.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get that right. We're going to put it in the show notes.
One L Colin and Sarah Henley at Gmail.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
.com.
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 Yes, yeah.
Don't forget the .com or it won't come.
That's right. That's right.
Hopefully people know how to do email.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to sit down with you and just make people aware, and to think about a young couple that's doing this work. I think that's encouraging for people to know, hey, this is a plan that y'all put in place, early on in your life and your marriage together, with young family coming on, obviously, with extra, and thinking about a young guy that's going to be traveling with you, and all that too. That's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
And then to think about, at
What
least
a life
a
he's
5-year plan there, and doing that
It's
work.
very impressive. Y'all
That's
are very
that is.
impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
impressive.
it's not like
and
we're
it's a
not going to be
commitment.
living it up. It's in one of the most beautiful places
Yeah.
in the world.
There's
We're
gonna be so
moving
much
to a
stuff.
tropical paradise. I mean,
So it's an easy
Well,
choice.
oh
Yeah.
man, yeah.
So, how old are you?
26.
26.
How old
I'm
are you?
26.
I'm 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that speaks well of 20-year-olds, in your 20s, and you're already making these plans, and you're prioritizing the kingdom in your life. And your child will benefit.
Yeah.
It makes me emotional. But it's wonderful to see that in a young couple.
Yeah. It's very impressive.
Well, honestly, we've thought a lot about that, and we talked a decent amount. Like, we didn't go into our survey trip thinking about it so much, but we've talked about it a lot since, I think. The place where we chose that we're most drawn to would be, I don't think that I could design a more perfect place to raise a son. It's just like,
Yeah.
That's great.
it would be cool to have more Christians there,
Sure.
but that's kind of why we're
That's why we're
going to
going.
some
Hopefully you
extent.
will.
Well, you gotta get there and get to work, right?
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
busy.
Right.
So.
But just like we'll be able to get out and see a really cool part of the world,
Yeah.
the nature, be active, be around people, show priorities on like how to live your life and why we live our life, and sorry, Mom and Dad, but I wish I had that life,
It definitely will be a different way to live.
Yes.
And you can simplify it.
Yeah.
And just kind of hone in on each other. You have to, really be
Yeah.
there for each other, because
Yeah.
you're going to be in this foreign field, and so hopefully we wish you all the success, and
Yeah.
Thank
we'll
you.
be praying for you, and from here and on, every day.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, I think earlier today we invited them to pull their Airstream here across
Yeah.
the world and to drive around
Just
Indonesia on it.
floated
Floated
I don't
across.
think we can quite get it there, but maybe we
They
get
were
we
built
can-
like airplanes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
stick a couple
We can
wings
just
on
do
it.
it.
couple wings, big
Airplane.
motor in the
Yeah.
back, we'll be
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy peasy. We can do that.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Well,
Well,
thank
thank
y'all.
y'all.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
sitting down.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for the work that you're doing and that you're planning to do, and for sharing that with us as well. And this is another 416 interview, and we'll see you further down the road.